We are fortunate in the United States to have a stable and durable democratic government. But we can't be complacent in assuming that good fortune will continue. It is the citizens of our nation who must preserve our system of government, and we cannot forget that. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. But it's up to us to maintain it. Now, of course, everyone knows that we do that when we go to the voting booth. Elections are an important way that we, the people, voice our desires and establish our government. But it isn't just that. In addition, we must take responsibility for interacting with our legislature to make sure that the things that they pass, the laws that they make, reflect the will of the people. How can you do that? If you're not an elected official, it seems like you just have to sit by and wait, but you don't. You can do a number of things. First, you can contact your legislator and let them know what it is that you think should be happening within your state or in our country. You can do that by calling them, by emailing them, or just running into them in your local community and voicing your concerns. Here in Arkansas, we have a great system because you can actually call your legislature and leave a message for them. It's a little pink slip, a while you are out, that will be taken by one of the clerks of the legislature and presented to them during session. In addition to that, email, letters to the editor, and a good old-fashioned letter work as well. But if you want to take the next step, you can testify and give public comment. Here in Arkansas, Monday through Thursday, our legislators meet in committee, and we, the people, have the opportunity to go and present our opinions. Tell them if we're for a bill or against the bill, and ask them to vote in accordance to our will. We have to always remember the legislature is here to serve us, but it's up to us to tell them what we need them to do. Another way to make your needs known is to participate in rallies and protests that are held periodically throughout the area. Here in Arkansas, we often see people on the steps of the Capitol with signs demonstrating and making sure that both the media as well as our legislature knows what it is that they think should be happening. Protests, though, can also take very small forms. Sometimes it's as little as not buying something you normally would buy or supporting someone that you might not normally support. All of these add up into actions that are palpable and that can actually make a difference. Oftentimes, the way it works is that when they present it to the committee, the sponsor of the bill will run the bill. And what that basically means is that they're going to stand up and they're going to tell the committee what the bill is, why they're suggesting that this bill is made into law, and they give background information for the committee to consider. Now, I'd like to tell you that everyone in that committee has already read the bill, that they've studied the bill, and that they've researched the bill. But I'd be lying to you, right? It doesn't always work that way. Oftentimes, when it is being run, that's the first time sometimes members of the committee have actually seen the bill in its entirety. So they rely very heavily on what that bill sponsor says to them about the bill.
Experience or
By way of housekeeping, these are kind of our values. We're taught from a young age that there are three branches to our government: the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. When we think about that third branch, we think about the court system. That
Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Very good.
Not everybody has the opportunity to come to the Capitol and speak directly to their legislator. They might be working, they might live outside of Little Rock. There's lots of reasons why that's not a possibility. Not everybody can do that, but what most people can do is maybe send an email, because you can do that any time of the day or night, or send a text message, or write a letter, any of those ways, or even just call someone who can get to the session, who can get to the legislator, because we're all here to amplify each other's voices.
Yep. And you can always make the phone call. Call and leave the message that ends up with a sticker on the desk of the legislator. Very important to use whatever means we have to reach them.
Well, you know, the other thing, Davis, is that here in Arkansas, we oftentimes are neighbors with our legislator. We see them on the street. We see them at church. We see them at the restaurant we go to for coffee. We run into them. We can talk to them at any time. They work for us.
Well, and I think that's why it's so important in the training that you stress having your elevator speech ready, knowing what your issues are, and being able to have that impromptu interaction with your legislator in that informal setting.
Thank you, Representative Gregory. Any additional discussion? Seeing no additional discussion, we have a motion on the table to do pass by Representative Garner. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
No!
Representative Wooten, your bill has failed.
Just happened to be here at the Capitol during this protest, and I come across this gentleman here. I'm going to interview him a little bit. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Thomas Jefferson, and came here for the resistance gathering. We had a great day, a lot of people, a lot of good things said, a lot of energy, and it was delightful and exhausting, and I'm ready to go home, and I'm going to watch 1776 again, the movie. It's a great story, and it's just a nerve-wracking at the end. Is it going to come out the way it's supposed to? Oh, I hope so.